What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys have seen the last video, I believe it was buttoning up the interior on the giveaway CRX. Well, not really buttoning up, more or less clean the interior up and get whatever I could installed in here. Now we got the back painted white. It used to be black, and is that what I think it is? Haven't seen this car in 2 days. Oh crap, we got water in the freaking car. Not La Panda V2. Where is it coming from? We're gonna have to figure it out. Regardless of the fact we have both quarters on, we have the rear panel on, we are missing some small little bits and pieces that I'm gonna have to find in the storage, but we have the storage, the cargo is just temporarily there, we got the carpet scrubbed and cleaned, got that installed, we got the e-brake handle all cleaned up. Now the one thing that I want to address today in this video is the dashboard. Not this one, but this spare one right here that Leo dropped off a little while ago. And today we're gonna try to flock the dashboard. And if we have time, we'll flock the other pieces as well too, like the center console. Maybe in a different video we'll do the door panel, glove box maybe. Not entirely sure yet, but the main thing is the dashboard. So right here we have a flock kit. I actually bought this like a year ago, and I never really got around to like experimenting with it. So I searched on YouTube to how to flock, and there was a couple of links on there that led me to this website called Flock It or Just Flock It. And I looked at some of their kits, pretty much bought all the basic stuff. We have in this kit, we got black flock, navy blue flock, we have the adhesive undercoat, we have the Flock It mini pumper, and this is literally all you need aside from like a brush or a roll-on brush for the adhesive, which I bought yesterday from Home Depot. And pretty straightforward. I mean, clean the surface, apply the glue, and apply the flock. So that's what we're going to be doing today, guys. We're going to set up the tarp right here on the floor. It's a little bit windy today, so hopefully it doesn't like mess with the flock coming out of the flocker, but car doesn't move. Tarp right here, table, dash, clean, adhesive, flock. Let's get to it. Yikes. Yeah, so there was a little crack that I was trying to repair right here, and I glued it up. I did some wire, like plastic welding on the back side of it, and I got over here, and this thing is so brittle that it literally just fell apart. This dash is a no-go, unfortunately. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I debated on pulling out the dashboard because I didn't want to break it. The car sat for 15 years outside, I believe, without a car cover, and I didn't want to risk breaking this dashboard. But it was already halfway out. I figured, you know what, let's try to take it out very carefully since there is no windshield, and I took off the steering column to make it easier. We're able to get the dashboard out. Now this thing had a dash mat on it, and it has a bunch of double-sided tape. I don't have any of the spray to like lift adhesive, so this is going to take a little while to clean. There's also Velcro that's on here. Okay, well, that's not that bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and just remove every single one of these motherfuckers. Prepping the dashboard took a little bit of time, we were able to take off all of the adhesive, all of the Velcro that was stuck on here. It was baking in the car like 15 years. It sat in that spot on the driveway, and a lot of this stuff was like caked up on here and very brittle. I took the razor blade to kind of scratch out the adhesive to make it nice and smooth. It's mostly smooth, but I think the thickness of the glue and the flock itself is like really gonna drown it out. So most of the surface of the dashboard is smoothing out, but we're just about ready to lay down the adhesive. So I took off everything that I don't want to be flocked and threw everything on that I want to be flocked, so that way it's not like all separated. I'd rather just have it on there already so we don't go tipping it off the table. But so the last thing I need to do here is I'm going to run the dashboard with wax and grease remover. I already degreased it, cleaned it with the scrubber, and wiped it all down. But before we lay the adhesive, we're going to do wax and grease remover. Let's get to it. This is the adhesive, Flock It Suede Tex undercoat adhesive. It's got directions in the back, and it says apply the suede, whether you're doing it with a roller or a brush or spray on. We're going to be using a roller and a brush, but it says after applying, let it dry for 10 to 15 hours and then shake the suede loose. But a lot of YouTube videos said that this thing has a 10-minute-ish time frame to apply your flock before it dries up. So we're gonna have to go through this process really quickly so we can get to the flocking and not have the glue dry up before it lands. Other users mentioned that you have to put the flock in your tube first, obviously because of the work time with the adhesive. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that now. We are using the navy blue. You can't really see it on camera because of the GoPro and all the lighting and everything, but this is navy blue. I'll be sure to get some pictures at the end of the video as always to give you guys a better visual. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up this Flock It tubing. Make sure you fill up the correct side of the tube because the other one has a hole on it. So this is locked and loaded. Got a little paint tray, my good old Rust-Oleum roller from 15 plus years ago, high density foam roller, and a foam brush. And if you want to, wear some gloves. Not entirely sure how I feel about it, or at least this job, because for the first time flocking, it didn't come out too bad, but the 10-minute work time with the adhesive, you really got to be on top of this this process. This calls for 2 people plus to do it correctly. Check it out. This thing is freaking bright. You guys ever wear Dickies navy blue pants and then over time it fades into like this purplish, bluish, blurple color? That's what this looks like. just how you see it on camera. It's exactly how I'm seeing it in person, and it is definitely brighter than the rest of the interior. All of this right here is just excess flocking, so once this all dries up for the next couple of hours or so, I can blow it all off and then let it dry throughout the next day. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did the first layer taking my sweet ass time because there's so much contours in this dashboard, and then it started drying up, so I had to rush it and then come back this way to add more adhesive, and then I started flocking. When I started flocking, a lot of it wasn't sticking because the adhesive was already drying, and I did a second coat of adhesive on top of the first layer of flock. So this is literally the second layer, and I flocked the hell out of it to get it this freaking like vibrant of this shade of blue. And I mean, it's not shabby for my first time, but it could be better. So I had some spare speaker covers because I'm missing one in the car that has a cloth on it, and this one doesn't have a cloth on it at all, so I just decided to flock it as well. If it turns out well, we'll use it. If not, well, we're going to be on the hunt for another one. I flocked the center piece right here, which goes into the center of the dash there, and I have yet to do the glove box because I don't know where it's at. But we got the dashboard flocked just like we wanted to. It looks good. Probably one of those 10-footers, but I'm super stoked to get this out of the way because once this goes back into the car, then we can start buttoning up the rest of the interior. Now, I still don't have seats for the car, and I did score some Del Sol seats in a junkyard, although it is black and grayish. I don't know if it'd be overkill if I did blue seats, but if we don't find seats we need, we'll use the Del Sol seats over there. They're pretty clean, just got to make custom rails for it. We need to do the door panels. I do have 3 sets of door panels. I'm going to find the cleanest one and figure out how I'm going to go about flocking the top half of the door card because of all the torn up pleather on the top. We'll do that a different day, but I'm really set to getting this interior put back together so we can move to a different section of the car, guys. So we're probably going to continue this video once this dash is ready to go back in. I don't want to leave you guys off with just where it's currently sitting right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up, and we'll pick back up with you guys tomorrow, and let's get this thing back into the car. We are on day 3 of this flocking project, and the dashboard is finally back in the car. The dashboard went in like a couple of hours ago, and I've just been like flocking the rest of the pieces for the interior. And here we have the speaker cover for the rear. We got the other one right there. We have the center console flocked up and the bezel flocked up with the little screw covers right there. So none of this stuff is going to go on for another day or two because I just finished that, but the interior is coming along, guys. The dashboard is 100% back into place as far as bolts and screws go. Cluster is also in place, and obviously we're all empty down there because we're waiting for all the parts to dry. Oh yeah, and I also did the glove box right there. So the dashboard looks really good. I'm gonna admit that There are some patch spots. You can still see some gray depending on the lighting, but right here in this angle with this low light, you can't really tell the gray spots. It looks blurbo-ish, which I am okay with, you know what I mean? Like when blue fade, it kind of looks blurbo, so it kind of works well together. I think it's gonna like tie it in a little bit more when I do the door cards, and I still haven't picked out which one I'm gonna do just yet. I need to go through all three set to find the best one, and then we'll flock that as well too. Now I debated on doing the top half of the door card blue and then the bottom half black, or just leaving the bottom half pleather and then do the top half blue to line up with the dashboard. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with the headliner just yet. I wanted to find another one, but it is super hard to find a DXHF non-sunroofed headliner or headliner wrap job. I don't know, maybe we'll upholster it or something, but right now it's not my main concern. It is in place. I don't want to handle it. I may break it. I'm gonna leave it be, but dashboard is pretty much our main priority in this video, and we got the flocking done on it. It looks good. I asked myself, would I ever do this again after this car is done with the flock? I think I probably would, but I would need a second hand to do something as big as a dashboard. But all the smaller little items like, you know, the bezel cover and stuff, you can definitely do that by yourself. I'm pretty satisfied with the way it turned out. I can't wait to see this thing fully complete and like all put back together, seats and everything. We still haven't figured out what we're going to do with seats just yet, but we'll figure all that out when we get to it. So I am pretty much just going to wrap it up right here, guys. Take some photos, maybe throw it at the end of this video, and before we actually do close out this video, I did pick up some packages from the P.O. box. Let's check it out. So the first envelope here is from ECAL, E-C-A-L, Risk, from Risk Racing. Now, when I was out there in LA at the Honda Super Meet, Risk Racing had a huge lineup of cars in the car show. I was able to take a quick glance of a lot of them, and they got some pretty dope cars. And some of them cars got some pretty hefty setups. So Risk Racing out of SoCal, and okay, there's it doesn't look like there's any paper in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and tear it. Life's a Risk, Carnell. Check that out. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's pretty cool. And the other one here is the team's logo, Risk Racing. Big shout out. These little things right here matter. Like, I appreciate you guys' support so much for even taking the time to send anything to the P.O. box. Everybody throughout the previous years who have sent anything to the P.O. box, I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. These are what keeps me going. You guys are what keeps me going. We got a second package. This one, I'm not entirely sure what's in here, but there's a lot of them, and it's pretty heavy. Oh, this is Amazon. An Amazon package that went to my P.O. box. Interesting. Whoa. Whoa. A lot of things going on in here. Okay, so it says O2 oxygen sensor fitting plugs or weld bung, 10-pack. The other one is a aluminum pack of 4-10 AN bungs. That's freaking awesome. And I don't know what all this is. Receipt. When you send a gift through Amazon, it allows you to write a note on the gift. So we have two here. It says, let me see, this one. Sometimes it feels like a higher power brought me to your videos. Every time I question something, you cover it in a video a day or two later. You saved my turbo, 2000 Insight K24 turbo. Hold on, let me read that again. 2000 Insight, Honda Insight K24 turbo. IG is D_day_development from Dustin. To add, thank you again for all your knowledge. I'm almost 38 and still learning. It's not much, but hope these things come in when you run low. From Dustin. Dustin, thank you for these. Like, I was talking about in the other video of making a downpipe. I believe it was for the wagon, and I forgot to add a bung to the downpipe, the top half of the downpipe for the AFR wideband, because I didn't have any more bungs to weld on. I appreciate you guys paying attention to the little things, although I never asked for you guys to send these stuff, but for those who do, I truly appreciate you guys like tremendously. I can say this a million times, but from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys spending money, taking the time to send any of these to the PO box. This will definitely come in clutch. Thank you for restocking me, and I kind of want to see this one right here. Oops, that didn't go as smooth, but we have -10 aluminum bungs. There are 4 in here. This is going to come in clutch for like valve cover bungs, oil pan aluminum bungs, mostly catch can, because if I'm doing oil pan, it'll be steel. And big shout out, well, these are for O2 sensors, but I make a lot of downpipes, customer cars, my cars, a lot of my turbo cars. This right here will come in clutch, man. Thank you, Dustin, for all of this. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Risk Racing, for sending out the little stickers. I need to make a new sticker board because mine is getting kind of full, and it is getting kind of covered up with all of my shenanigans right here. But guys, every sticker that has been sent to the PO box, I will put it on blast on a new board, maybe right there. I talked about it on the wall, but I want to show you guys support as much as you guys show me support. So everybody who sent anything to the PO box, I truly appreciate it. But in today's video, we were able to learn how to flock a dashboard and all of the attaching components like center console, cluster cover, got the glove box down there, and a few miscellaneous odds and ends. Now, this is a learning curve for me, most definitely, and I feel like, once again, if you're doing a big item like a dashboard, try to get 2 or more people to help you, because the adhesive dries really quickly, and if you don't work in its time frame, it will dry up, and then the flock that you add on is not going to stick. So I learned my lesson. We'll definitely do it again, most definitely with a second person, and I'm super stoked that the interior is coming together. A couple of days ago, this thing was compiled, like all of this stuff right here, all of this was just jam-packed in here, and we are able to get it to look as clean as it is right now. So I'm super stoked to get this thing buttoned up so we can move on to the next thing under the hood. Guys, we are going to wrap up the video right here. If you guys enjoyed the flocking of the dashboard, be sure to leave this video a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for more updates on the giveaway CRX, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.